for a furniture store down 7 Corners,
Okay.
north of Ballgren. And Janey worked in the office there. No, wait.
No, the other gal worked in the office, right?
Yeah, Marion Swanberg worked in the office, and I had a 1935 Ford door. And she wanted to know when she went to her cousin's wedding in, what's the name of the town west of town?
There's a lot of
A
them.
little small town. If you didn't smell the Limburger cheese factory going through the town, you wouldn't know you were there. Anyway, she wanted if I would drive her and her sisters to the wedding reception on this certain Saturday night. I said, sure. But
Her sister or her friend?
it was to her friend's
Oh, okay.
sister's wedding.
Okay.
Marion Swanberg worked in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Janey was her friend. So she wanted to know if she could bring her friend along. I said, sure. I have room in my car. I said, but then I want to bring a friend with me to the wedding. Okay. And that was Eddie Burnson. So on the prescribed Saturday night, we got into my car and drove to Hasty, Minnesota, out by Monticello. And when we went over to Marion's apartment to pick the ladies up, that's where I met Janey. And I was introduced as we came in the apartment. And as you do, you're in a hurry. God no. You don't bother to absorb anybody's name. And the way I did it so flippantly, Janey assumed I was a cocky individual. So she thought, I'm going to get even with him. So all the way out to Hasty, we're singing songs in the car. Janey's in the back seat. And we got there, going to her parents' home. Marion's parents lived in Hasty, and they owned a general store, and they had a post office, contract post office there also. So we went and sat down at the dining room table, and we're talking, and Eddie Burnson and Janey and me and the Swanbergs. Anyway, Eddie and I were discussing the international dateline. Whether you gained a day or lost a day going across it, all that type of thing. And every time I looked up, Janey was looking at me with those beautiful eyes, flirting with me. And Eddie thought she was looking at him. So I had got time to get up and go to the wedding. He got up to follow her, and I grabbed him by the coattail. And he wanted me to loan him a couple of bucks which I had to go to the shindig. So I grabbed his coattail. I said, I saw her first. I said, stay off. Otherwise pay me that money over me now. So we went to the wedding, and a typical wedding at a dance hall on the small lake in Minnesota. And it's usually Scandinavian music involved. So in order to keep Eddie away from her, I booked every dance with her that was not Scandinavian music, so she wouldn't be free to dance with him. So
Competition.
anyway, we had a nice time meeting each other. We went out in the car and talked, told each other's life history, and kissed a little bit.
Woohoo!
So, when Janey lived at the Clarador Club, a ladies' residence club that was safe for men. It was a Women's Christian Association ran these homes for working women. and she had a room there. So I took her there after the wedding to drop her off. Eddie said to me, I made a deal with her for the following week. Eddie said to me, I wanted to go with her, she's too fat for me anyway. I
Jeez.
said, no, she isn't. Well, it turned out she was a little on the heavier side at that point. She was dieting. And that turned into a wonderful romance. I never missed a day with her. I drive from down my old Seward School to 8th Avenue, 24th Street South, up to the Minneapolis Auditorium, where it now is 2nd Avenue, 3rd Avenue, and 18th, 19th Street, to see her. And I drive up there and pick her up for dates and all. So we were together almost every night. My folks loved her, took to her right away. And my dad just loved her. Pardon me.
You're
Yeah. So anyway, that was the beginning of our romance.
So did Eddie ever get the girl?
He never did.
So what about when you decided that you wanted to propose to her, buying the diamond and stuff?
When did I decide that?
Well, didn't you get rid of your car or something?
Yes. I had this 1935 Ford Super V8. It was a deluxe model. And I wanted to buy a diamond ring for her, but I didn't have any money because of the Depression. So I sold the car in order to buy a diamond ring. I bought the diamond and paid for it before I told her I'd done it.
Aww.
Then when it came time to give it to her, I had her go to the jeweler with me and pick out a setting and had the diamond set. So my father-in-law to-be, Earl, didn't like the fact that I sold the car, because then I wouldn't be able to bring his baby home every weekend, or we wouldn't be able to meet them somewhere for a Sunday dinner and golf, which we did often. So he tried to force me into taking some money from him to buy a car. And I said, no, Earl, I can't do that. I won't do that. So this one weekend, they called us long distance and suggested we take the Emmons St. L Railroad, which was a local railroad that ran from Minneapolis. The one that goes by Buddy's cabin. Hi.
Hey, Cal.
Hi.
Do you know who that is?
Sure. Debbie.
Yeah.
Kids have met everybody.